Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We've got an exciting session today. Before we begin, a couple housekeeping items. Note that if you have questions, you can do so using the Q&A button to type your question to the presenter at any time. Also note that your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists can't see or hear you. Be advised as well that there are additional sessions on the StriveScan website for other institutions, so we'd ask that you sign up at your leisure for any other institutions you're interested in learning more about. Note as well that a recording of this session is being taken and will be posted to the StriveScan website at strivescan.com/Missouri. With those items behind us, we'll turn it over to our first presenter from Lindenwood University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Billman. I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Students here at Lindenwood University. Super excited to be speaking with you all today. Please take a screenshot of my contact information when you get a chance. I'd love to connect with you and talk to you about Lindenwood in general, but I'm happy to be just an advocate for you as you're going through the transfer process at this time. So I do want to talk about why Lindenwood University could be a great option as a transfer institution for you. So I'm going to go over all the areas that are listed here on the screen. And then throughout the presentation, you are going to see pictures of our campus. So if you haven't done so already, I always encourage students to take a campus tour. We are doing those individually at this time and will continue to do so throughout the summer. And into the fall semester, we also offer virtual tours if you're not able to come to campus. So to start off, I did want to talk about our location. We have a beautiful campus, again, so that's why we always encourage students to visit, because it's important for you to see yourself on campus. We're known as the Hidden Gem around the area. We're located in St. Charles, Missouri. We're a four-year private institution. We're home of the Lindenwood Lions, so we'll talk about our sports teams a little bit later. St. Charles is our main campus, but we also have 6 extension site locations for some of those adult learners that may be looking for more of a flexible format. About 10,000 students encompassing Lindenwood, but about 4,000 residential students on campus. Campus life is a huge benefit of attending Lindenwood. Even as a commuter student, you can have a great campus experience because as we know, 80% of our students are going to spend time outside of the classroom. So that's why we offer 90+ clubs and organizations that you can explore. And then student government, campus activities boards is our fun bunch. They plan all of our student events on campus. And then if you're interested in sorority and fraternities, we do offer those opportunities. And as I said, we're home of the Lindenwood Lions. So we have over 40 competitive sports teams. So if you're interested in one of those, always encourage you to reach out to the coach so that you can start getting recruited. But then if you just want to play recreational, we have those available to you as well. NCAA Division II sports as well as student life sports that you can explore. Our admissions process is very seamless. You can start up to a year before you plan to attend, but you can also start the process up to a week before you plan to attend, just because we have a rolling admissions process. So to start that, you're going to apply officially on our website, which is completely free. And then we're going to need your college transcripts from any school that you attended for college credit. And then we believe in a holistics approach, so we don't have any set GPA requirements. We're going to evaluate you once we get those transcripts and let you know if you're admissible. And then as a traditional student, we'll also evaluate you for academic scholarships. And then last but not least, make sure to fill out your FAFSA so we can evaluate you for any federal and state aid, as well as automatically assess you for needs-based aid as well. We have a lot of degree programs to choose from and the traditional level, over 90+ to choose from. And many of our students will pursue majors and minors at the same time. So it's really up to you. Whatever you're interested in, I feel confident that Lindenwood will have at least one or a couple of pathways that you could pursue. You're going to have very small classroom ratio, 17:1, but really like 12:1 in flexible course offerings. And then if you're looking for more of a evening hybrid option, we have all of those programs listed on the left side, as well as those locations. Transferability is key. I know that's a big question for most of you, is making sure you can make the most out of the credits that you've already taken. So you can explore our transfer guides, which are going to list how your credits are going to be accepted here. And then just so you know, we follow Missouri Core 42 that the public schools do. So we do that at the private institution to make us more transfer friendly, as well as some HD requirements. And then I always advise students to get a program planning guide completed. I'm happy to help assist you with getting that done. That's essentially going to outline what the degree requirements are, how your credits are going to fit in, and what's left to complete in that program. Affordability is also very important. So we offer a lot of scholarship opportunities. Most of them are automatically assessed that you can see here on the screen. So no deadlines that you have to worry about or paperwork that you have to complete. We'll talk through that when we get you in touch with your admissions counselor. Our in and out of state tuition is the same. And then we are one of the most affordable private institutions in the state of Missouri. So most of these scholarships are all renewable as well from year to year. We'll get you a financial aid package to go over your eligibility and explore other options together. And then last but not least, we have many resources available to you for free on campus, because most importantly, we want you to be successful. So free tutoring, free writing center, you're going to have support services dedicated to you as a student, accessibility, disability services, as well as a phenomenal health and wellness center to explore as well. So again, this is my contact information. Please write it down when you get some time. Again, I would love to connect with you just to explore your options. And then if you're interested, I would encourage you to schedule a campus tour, maybe attend one of our virtual info sessions. Definitely encourage you to apply to Lindenwood to have the best contact with an admissions representative. And let's get you in touch with a professional and advisor to discuss the program. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. We're on to our next institution, Westminster College.
Did I get it? Looks like I got it. All right. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jesse Taylor, and I serve as the Director of Recruitment here at Westminster College. I oversee transfer students and the admissions process for them. So thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to walk you through what it is to be a transfer student here at Westminster College. We'll start you with some fast facts this evening. So Westminster College was founded in 1851. We are a small private liberal arts institution with undergraduate degrees. When I say small, specifically, I mean a 10-to-1 student to teacher ratio. And we, of course, are located in mid-Missouri, Fulton Mo, a small town here that the Smithsonian named one of the top 15 best small towns to visit in 2019. So I know our friends at William Woods will appreciate that as well. We have a 98% success rate with our students. So that means within 6 months, 98% of our students are getting into grad school, or they are in their first entry-level position based on the major that they chose. So we are very proud of that. We have 29 majors and 39 minors. I marked some of the bigger and more popular majors here in the slideshow for you this evening. So we do have a lot of pre-professional tracks in the sciences. We do have a cadaver lab on campus. So a lot of transfer students come inquiring about the cadaver lab in the science arena. Our business majors. So all of our business majors participate in internships that are specific to their interests. So we are very proud of being able to personalize those. And the biggest major for our transfer students is our self-design major. So you can dabble in a little bit of science and a little bit of business, a little bit of psychology, or really put together a major that suits your needs and what you see yourself doing. That tends to be something that a lot of transfer students come in and take advantage of. Some of the transfer information here that I put together for the slide. So we will evaluate your transfer credit and look at regionally accredited work. that is a C or better to potentially transfer in as a specific course or elective course. Some of the highlights that I think are exciting and advantageous to transferring into Westminster, we have students that come in with an AA or an AS. We have this new process where we kind of take them in bulk, and they end up essentially waiving all of their general education courses, with the exception of some intensive writing courses and a seminar course that we require. So they can jump right into core classes of a major that they're interested in. Students that have completed the Core 42 are also subject to that same requirements. We're working on that in a way that almost all of the gen eds are knocked out for students that come in and transfer in those Core 42. We don't have a limit to how many credits can transfer, but you must complete 48 hours with us at Westminster as a full-time student, and that's got to be the last 2 semesters that lead up to graduation. I did put a link on here. We're currently building a system of transfer work that we post out on our website. So take a picture of that and you can see specific courses from specific institutions. Our evaluator will put new classes and new courses on this piece of the website. It's pretty cool because if you have a onesie or a twosie that you want to find out how or if it would transfer, what that would look like. Student life, I think big thing to note for transfer students, we do have over 50 student organizations on campus, consisting of intramurals, faith-based groups, community service groups, academic groups. So lots of different things and activities to do on campus. Most of our transfer students come in and look to live in our townhome or apartment style res halls on campus. And some do take advantage of our study abroad program. So you can study abroad. I know that's been a little weird this past year and a half with everything COVID and the pandemic, but that option is something that we're hoping to be able to continue going for as little as 2 weeks, as much as a whole semester for that. We are NCAA Division III, so 9 men's and women's sports teams. I've listed them all here. A lot of transfer students come in from different schools with the intention of playing sports. So they are part of their college journey was athletics. They may or may not be getting enough playing time at different schools, and so they'll come to Westminster for playing time. This is something that is, our coaches are always available during our visits, which I think our visits. So the nice thing about Westminster, we do have an absolutely personalized visit where you can sit down with me, faculty, our student services, and our coaches are always ready and willing to sit down with students who are interested in athletics. We are rolling admissions, so we try to get you evaluated and potentially admitted and as soon as possible. And we do evaluate for a merit scholarship upon the admissions application. Uh-oh, there's Dave. I'm running out of time. And as well evaluate that in your FAFSA package. Here's my contact information, Jesse Taylor, my email and my phone number. Please give me a call and I look forward to connecting with you. Thanks.
Thank you. We're on to our next institution, Columbia College.
All right. All right, so yeah, like you mentioned, college, we are a private 4-year school located obviously here in Columbia, Missouri. We're a pretty small campus. We've got about 1,000 students on our main campus. So students that choose us, they're definitely looking for that smaller environment, smaller feel for sure. We've got an average class size of about 15 to 20, and the biggest class you can ever have with us is capped at 35 students. So on the flip side of that, being a small school, we are kind of located in College Town, USA. It's been known as. We were ranked as like one of the top 5 best college towns in America also sharing, I should say, the home of the University of Missouri and also Stevens College as well. So we do offer over 35 different majors, and we'll get into those here. We've got 3 different schools. The first one being our business school. You can see tons of different options when it comes to business. And we've invested in it recently. We actually just built a brand new residence hall, but on the bottom of it actually houses our School of Business. So all of these are actual majors that you can get in the business field, which is great. In terms of the natural sciences, we've got biology, chemistry. So the biology and chemistry, that sometimes will take into effect the pre-med track. Forensic science also is a really big one for us. So we're actually one of 2 schools in the entire state of Missouri that has forensic science as an actual major. There's some other schools that maybe have it as a minor or a certificate program, but as an actual major, that one is up there with us for sure. And then nursing is also really popular too. And then the last school, the humanities, American Studies, Psychology is a big one for us too. And again, I'm not going to read all of these to you, but you can see them all listed out there. So how to get into our school as a transfer student. You're just going to need a 2.0 college GPA. As long as you've got that, you will be admissible. Our application is free. It is online, and it's a pretty painless process. So you must have 24 college credit hours completed post high school to be considered a transfer student. You also get to transfer up to 90 credit hours, which is great. And then we also are any associate's degree that you would earn from a regionally accredited school would eliminate all your gen ed requirements for us. Another thing to note for our transfer students is that housing is not required if you come in with over 60 credit hours. So that's a typical associate coming in with that. You would not have to live on campus if you did not want to, and can choose any of the housing options that we have here in Columbia. For our transfer scholarships, these are pretty straightforward. These are going to be based just off of your GPA. And so for our top one there, the Collegiate Excellence, if you have a 3.75 GPA, you'd qualify for that one. And then the next one actually is a 3.0. So a 3.0 GPA, and you're automatically getting $8,000. Then we also have the Collegiate Recognition and the Navy and Silver Award. We also have some automatic awards that you are able to get. We have a 2 and family grant. This would be if you, along with a sibling or a parent, were taking classes here at Columbia College, you actually both would receive this $500 award. The alumni legacy, this if you had a parent or grandparent graduate from Columbia College. And then the other one I want to mention for sure is the Ivy grant. So this is going to be based off your financial aid information, and that can go all the way up to $8,000. So it is a need-based grant. Athletically, we are NAI Division I, super competitive, very high, and well-respected athletics program that we have here. 18 varsity sports. We also have esports that we offer on our campus. We have like League of Legends they're playing, and now we're adding Rocket League, and then also like a Rainbow Six Siege type game. Pretty cool that we have that. We are fully funded, which means that whatever the NAI basically allots our sports to give for athletic scholarships is what we give out. So we really, like I said, operate at a high level. All of our sports teams do really well, and we definitely always see some transfers in there. So a lot of recent national success. I believe last year at one point, every single one of our programs athletically was ranked in the top 25 in the country. So the expectation here is to win, and you got to love that. Here's some things that students have talked that we've asked our students to explain about Columbia College. What are some things that's your favorite? And I think this is a cool little wordle to show you some things. So obviously small, family, community, professors, class size. So all of that's there. It really is kind of the best of both worlds when you think about, yes, you're getting the smaller campus, smaller community, you've got 15-ish students per class, but then you walk 5-10 minutes down the road and you've got all the restaurants and shops, concerts, even maybe go to a Mizzou football game on a weekend. It really is a place to be in mid-Missouri. So I'm definitely fortunate to have that piece to go with it. So what's next? Apply for free, like I mentioned earlier. Again, it's just going to be based off of your college GPA as long as you've had 24 college credit hours completed post high school. And then come see us. If you go to that website there, visit.ccis.edu, you're able to sign up. We're doing in-person and also virtual tours. So we'd love to have you on campus. We're doing them Monday through Friday. And then we've also got a few Saturdays as well that we're offering some visits. And then of course, email us with any questions that you have. So admissions@ccis.edu is our general admissions email. And then my email is that eneeson@ccis.edu. That's all I've got. So thanks a lot, Dave.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great job. We're on to our next institution, William Woods University.
You would think by now we wouldn't start talking while we're muted. We know better. Good afternoon. My name is Nicole. I am the Director of Admissions at William Woods University in Fulton, Missouri. We are in the same town as Westminster College that just presented. We are a small, private, liberal arts, professions-oriented institution, four-year institution that is located in Fulton. So we're 20 miles from Columbia, 20 miles from Jefferson City. Fulton has the Missouri School for the Deaf, which works really well with us because we have a interpreting American Sign Language degree, which is 1 in 30 in the nation. We have very quaint rural town of Fulton that has a wonderful historic brick district, but we also can offer a diverse range of restaurants and shops for you here in Fulton. About the Woods, we have a traditional student population of around 1,000 students. We have a 13-to-1 faculty to student ratio. And the best thing I like to say about that is when you come to William Woods, you are assigned a faculty advisor who also is your mentor in your major. And one major that I feel that works really well with is our education major. So we are very well known for our education degree, as well as our MED program. And all of our education faculty have had that real world teaching experience outside of higher education before they came to be faculty at William Woods. So it's not something you'll find everywhere else. We are professions oriented. We design our programs to make sure that you will have a job, an internship, be able to get into grad school after graduation, because that's your ultimate goal. We have a 95% placement rate when it comes to placing in jobs or grad school after graduation. We offer over 60 majors and minors. Some of the notable ones I've talked about are ASL interpreting degree, our education degree, our business program. We have a very active DECA student group that has been ranked the last 5 years as the best DECA program in the state, as well as our equestrian science program that offers the opportunity for students to get into the equestrian professional world, offering all 4 seats of saddle seat, hunter jumper, Western, and dressage, as well as a pre-vet and a pre-med program. Our equestrian medical science program is just being, our facility is just being finished. So we're very excited about that. And we also have a diverse student population for being in rural Missouri. We have students from 35 states and 11 countries. So when you include all of our students, including our online and our graduate programs, we round out to about 3,000 students. We have many unique opportunities for being a small campus. We have a Woods Around the World program that is an opportunity for you to study a culture in a country and then travel to that country with your peers. We do have trips planned for spring of 2022, if all goes well. We have service learning. Our career services starts with you your first year here and works with you until you graduate to make sure that you are meeting those goals that you're looking for. When you transfer in, we have, I'll go back to our clubs and organizations. So we have 40 clubs and organizations. We have 4 national sororities and 3 national fraternities on our campus. Like I mentioned, DECA is one that is very popular on campus. We have a campus activities club that provides entertainment on our campus. And one of the best parts about that is also a scholarship that is linked to our student life, which is called LEAD. And our LEAD program awards $5,000 to every residential student on our campus for attending events outside the classroom. We believe you learn just as much inside the classroom as you do outside. So we encourage you to attend at least 4 events a month. If you average 4 to 6, You get your total points for the year, and you're awarded that $5,000 scholarship for being involved on our campus. How you apply. As a transfer student, I encourage you to go ahead and send us your unofficial transcript, fill out that application. We will respond to you within 48 hours with a degree plan. If you send us your FAFSA at the same time, we will also give you an itemized worksheet that tells you everything you need to know, how long it's going to take you to graduate, how much it's going to cost, and what your investment looks like. Our scholarships for transfer students who have their associate's degree start at $18,000. And we also award for PTK. So we will have an additional scholarship for you if you are a PTK member. We make sure that your degree plans fit within your goals and get you graduated within that 2-year timeframe that you're looking for. If you are interested in a master's degree, we have what we call a +1 program. That is for our master's in business administration, our master's in education, and also our master's of organizational leadership, master's of arts in organizational leadership. And that is an additional year outside of your bachelor's degree, and you will be able to graduate with your master's as well. So for a transfer student, that could be a master's degree in 3 years. Like I mentioned before, all of our students are, 100% of our students are offered scholarships. We have that $18,000 starting scholarship for our transfer students, as well as that $5,000 lead. We do have a diversity and multicultural scholarship that you can apply for, an honors program that our transfer students are available to apply for, as well as athletic boards. We are a NAIA Division I competing athletic school. We have over 18 athletic sports teams, and we also have intramural clubs, and those athletic awards are stackable. So I have got my warning to wrap it up. Our admissions is also rolling. Our admissions requirement started at 2.0 GPA. We are test optional, and you can apply to us with this QR code, with our application, or through the Common App.
Thank you so much. We're on to our next institution. Harris-Stowe State University.
Hopefully, my Wi-Fi is acting crazy today, so hopefully you all can hear me, and hopefully I can get through this presentation without it.
Bethany, we're having a lot of trouble hearing you. So, oh, there we go. Much better. Bethany, we're having a lot of trouble hearing you. I'm going to put you on mute, and we're going to go to our next presenter, Central Methodist. Bethany, if you could just maybe give it another try, reset, maybe log back in, and then we'll loop back to you at the end. With that, we'll go to the representative from Central Methodist.
All right, hopefully you guys can see my screen okay. My name is Elizabeth Kirby from Central Methodist University, and I am excited to talk to you a little bit about the programs that we offer. To get started, just to talk about all the different academic programs, you can take a look at our list here. We've got over 50 different programs and majors available to students to continue their education after their initial school or associate's degree. We've got a lot of kind of popular programs. Some of our more unique programs would be our marine biology program. We also have a athletic training 3+2 program, which is really popular. And then our standard really popular programs are education, biology, criminal justice. Those are some of our larger majors on campus. Just kind of quick facts for you guys. We have about 1,200 undergraduate students on our campus, and our average class size is about 12 students. So, you know, you're going to get a lot of that individualized attention from your professors. You're going to get a lot of time to connect with them and help look at internship opportunities, resume builders, and things like that, along with that support system that you might need as you're going through your classes. Like I said before, we do have over 50 different majors and programs for you to choose from. And then we also have more than 25 campus organizations so that you guys can be involved as much or as little as you want while you are pursuing your education. We are located in Fayette, Missouri, which is just north of Columbia, about 25 minutes outside of Columbia, right smack dab in the middle of the state. And we do have some pretty popular athletic programs. So we've got everything on the list that you guys can see in front of you. We most recently have added men's and women's bowling. So we're really excited to bring those programs to our campus here in the fall. We really do focus with our student athletes that student comes first, making sure that they are successful in the classroom as well as in their athletic program. We do offer athletic scholarships for a lot of our students, and those range from $2,500 all the way up to a full tuition scholarship. We have a lot of fine and performing arts available to students on campus. It's a very large program with our school. That ranges from instrumental music, vocal music, music ministry, as well as our theater programs. And we do also offer scholarships in these areas. So it gives you a lot of flexibility to practice and, you know, perform with whatever group or interests that you might have. We also do offer scholarships if you are looking for a scholarship and aren't really sure, you know, what program you want to participate in. Our theater program offers scholarships for students that are interested in learning how to build and build sets and do backstage during theater performances, which doesn't take any previous experience, and that's a great way to earn some scholarship funding if that's something you're interested in. We are very proud of our CMU Digital U program. So we start off by giving all of our students on campus, full-time students, an Apple iPad and pencil that they utilize in all of their classes. So our professors use this technology to really integrate into the classroom and make it more of an immersive and really fun experience for students versus just sitting there listening to somebody talk for the entire class period. But in addition to the iPads, we also have our maker space on campus, which includes things like 3D printers and a bunch of other cool technology our students can use. We do have a full podcast studio on campus. We also have our green screen film studio. All these things are available to students to use during, for class purposes, but also for personal reasons. If you want to have a podcast with your buddy, you're welcome to use the podcast studio to do all of your recording and editing, which really create some pretty cool things for our students on campus. We also have an anatomy table, which is basically a virtual cadaver table. You can kind of see it in the photo there, that allows our students who are in any of our pre-medical programs or in any of our anatomy programs to be able to utilize that to do the same things or similar things that you would on a cadaver table, just digitally, which is pretty fun. Transfer benefits, we are very, very transfer friendly. We have a lot of articulation agreements with pretty much every community college in the state of Missouri. And we do offer a $16,000 scholarship for transfer students that have an associate's from a school in the state of Missouri and a couple other ones as well. And we'll talk about scholarships in a little bit. We also offer Core 42, which I know some of the other presenters spoke about, that eliminates any of your general education requirements for us if you come in with a associate's degree as part of the Core 42 program. We also offer transcript credit review to any student, whether you've applied or not. If you send us your unofficial transcripts, we'll have an advisor take a look at the courses that you've completed and where you're going to end up as far as how long it's going to take you to graduate and what courses are going to come in, counting for what courses at CMU. We also offer a cost comparison service. So finding colleges can be complicated, but deciphering what they all cost can also be complicated. So we can help you with that step by, if you share with us some of the schools you're looking at, we're happy to put together a spreadsheet that kind of puts, compares apples to apples if you're going to live on campus or off campus, and figuring out how the scholarships compare. Like I said, we also offer a lot of scholarships. So we start with our academic awards. These are based solely on your GPA. So if you have 24 or more completed college credit hours, these are based off your GPA. They range from $4,000 to $12,000. On top of that, we can stack a PTK award that's $1,000. And then those participatory scholarships I talked about, those would be athletic, fine arts. We've got a lot of different ones in leadership and campus involvement, where you can have some additional funding to participate in some of our groups on campus. Our largest scholarship is our Gallstad Award. This is $16,000 that's available to students who have completed an associate's degree with a 2.75 or above from any of the community colleges in the state of Missouri. And then there's a few out of state as well. So gives you some good options. I appreciate you taking some time to chat with me today. And here is some information for our application process. We do require a simple 2.0 with your transfer credits to be admitted.
Thank you. Some great information. We'll move into the second phase of our presentation, where we ask each of our counselors to offer their perspective on the following topic. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We will get back to our original order. Central Methodist will be going second, but we'll start at the top with Lindenwood University. Any thoughts on the matter?
Yes, I think definitely do your research and try to give yourself a couple of options. That's a way you can compare, contrast, and really find out exactly what you're looking for. So that would be my advice, just ensuring, you do your research, you look at what that bottom line cost is for each institution, and identify what's most important to you.
Thank you. Central Methodist?
Yeah, I definitely agree with the items that you shared. Also, just, when you're doing your research, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have questions about how a specific class would transfer, or you don't understand something that we're talking about, just because you've gone to college before doesn't mean that you understand the whole process. So feel free to, ask follow-up questions, and don't ever feel like you're bothering us with send us an email of 100 questions. I'm happy to answer those, but don't ever be afraid of bugging us.
Thank you. Westminster?
Yes, thanks, Dave. So my advice is to absolutely take down these folks' contact information and reach out. Reach out to everyone. Keep in mind that throughout this process, it's just as important to us as it is to you that you have a successful transfer, that our institutions are the right institution and the right fit for you. There's a lot of contact between these types of departments. And while we are absolutely hoping for you to enroll at our institutions, we want to make sure that you find the right fit for you. And that is the top priority. And that's why those conversations are so important.
Thank you. Columbia College?
Yeah, and for me, start the process as early as you can. I know, I was a transfer student, and I remember waiting a little bit later. The sooner the better, though, for sure. Especially when it comes to like financial aid and things. All of us are I shouldn't say all of us, but most of us are kind of in the same boat, being private institutions where our sticker price is a little high, right? But there is a lot of funding, and there is a lot of scholarships, and so getting that financial aid process done and submitted to make that picture more clear, can definitely help in that transition from transferring from either community college or another four-year institution.
Thank you. William Woods?
Yeah, thank you. I agree with, don't discount the private institutions. We definitely are motivated to help you and make sure that your process is smooth, but also visit. I think the best way to learn a culture of a campus and to see if it's a good fit is to visit. And if you can't do that in person right now, all of us have virtual, or most of us have virtual options. So make sure that you're using your admissions counselor or the person who your contact is as an advocate for you, and make sure that it's really the best fit.
Thank you. We'll go to our next question, again, starting at the top. What is your favorite or event or tradition on campus? Lindenwood University?
We do a late night breakfast, which I think is cool. So during finals week, all of our students congregate. Well, this might look a little bit different with COVID now, but they congregate together and just have a meal together as we celebrate taking their finals and final week and finishing up the semester. So I think that's a really cool event and tradition that we have at Lindenwood.
So my favorite tradition on our campus is actually our Halloween. We have a it's called trunk or treating downtown, where all of our student organizations decorate cars, and the local community comes out and does a safe trick or treating around campus. Being able to kind of see the involvement of our student organizations and just the joy that they have of sharing what they do with the kids in the community, and kind of creating that bond between the university and the community is really, really cool to see, and something I really enjoy.
I think that's me now, and I'm going to keep talking because Dave's shaking his head yes. At Westminster College, we have our Hancock Symposium that occurs every September. This past September, it happened virtually. This is 2 days of lectures and panels, all with different topics of discussion that the students and the community all participate in. We have had Bernie Sanders, Madeleine Albright, I can't think of the guy's name, but the CEO of MTV came and spoke once. Last year, we had the head researcher of NASA come and speak virtually to students in the community. It's a really cool event that the entire campus participates in.
Then at Columbia College, I'll probably go with their Ivy Chain ceremony. It actually started back in like 1900. So it's been a ceremony or tradition for a really long time. Basically, it's a presentation at graduation, to where the students that are graduating have a chain of ivy draped over their shoulders. And then, someone speaks, and at the end, they all clip the ivy and take a piece with them. So you all grew together, but now with graduation, you're going on your separate ways, and that's what signifies that. So.
Thank you. William Woods?
Yeah, I would have to say our LEAD program, that student life and reward program that really incentivizes getting involved on campus, like giving our students a monetized reward for doing things outside the classroom, where we definitely know that's where your growth and a lot of your learning is happening anyway. And it also brings some cool stuff to campus, whether it be hypnotists or musicians. And even with COVID, we've been able to do some virtual things that we probably wouldn't have been able to do on campus. So that's a tradition that we really enjoy as staff as well.
Thank you. Our last question will be, give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
We are haunted. So we were founded in 1827 by Mary Sibley. So we have a lot of stories on campus about like just feeling her presence and like seeing her as a ghost in the classrooms and that kind of stuff. So if you like ghost stories and that type of stuff, we're a good place for you. But if you don't, like, they're not always there. It's just, what they said.
I think Central Methodist is also a little bit haunted, but most, those old buildings always have a little creepy character to them. So one of the coolest things about CMU is that we actually have 2 museums on campus. We have an art museum and as well as a history museum. So that's really cool to kind of see the history that took place right on our campus. That's not necessarily related to the education of the institution, but just the history of the community and the local culture. And they've done some pretty cool displays. One of my favorites was we have some professors that are really into those very intricate Lego sets. And so they had a really cool display of some of the Lego, displays that they professors had put together. So it was kind of a cool little thing to have on campus.
So at Westminster College, every 2 weeks or so in the cafeteria, they serve chocolate chip cookie dough that's not cooked, that I'm pretty sure is the best dessert treat that I've ever eaten, hands down. So that in itself would be an interesting enough fun fact to get someone to come visit, in my mind. But we also are the home of where Winston Churchill gave his Iron Curtain speech. So that is my fun fact as well.
Cool. Then for me, Columbia College reopened as an all-girls institution. So we were Christian College for women back in 1851. And another cool thing about us, we've got over 35 locations throughout the country. So yes, we're a small school, but we've got about 90,000 worldwide alumni and a national brand.
I think I wrap it up. At William Woods University, we were also founded as an all-women's institution in 1870. But my fun fact is that we have the longest standing female president in the state of Missouri. So we at a private institution. So we're very proud of that, and Dr. Janae Barnett and what she's done for us.
Thank you. We appreciate everyone giving their time tonight. We want to thank all of our panelists for the great information. We would ask that you fill out the quick 4-question survey, give us some information on how we can make these better for you. Lastly, again, another plug for additional sessions. If you have interest in any other institutions, go ahead and sign up at the StriveScan website. Lastly, the recording is being taken and will be posted at strivescan.com/Missouri. Again, one final shout out to all our presenters, and hope everybody has a great night.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.